let's move on to Australia. I think the main point
Yeah.
to look, their batting just really impressive. Like you just got to say that,
Hmm.
yeah, really good team effort with the bat. We spoke a lot about Australia last time with the bat. Let's have a quick chat about their bowling or their fast bowler rotation. Do you think they'll make any changes?
That's the question that's on everyone's mind. Like, will Stark play? Will Stark play at Lords? Um, I was looking this up before we started recording in the prep for the show.
Yeah.
I was surprised to know that Stark's only ever played one test at Lords in his life, which is interesting given how much given that they play five tests in England each time.
Well,
He didn't do too much
mm,
in that game, but he's actually done very well at Lords in ODIs, in white ball cricket.
nice.
So that is the ground that he has happy memories of. Let's
Mm,
see what it's like. I know that there's this temptation that you shouldn't play Stark because he's just going to leak runs, and like England will just feast on that all day long.
yeah.
But yeah, he actually took 4 wickets in the World Test Championship final, if you can believe that. Um,
Mhm.
he made runs in that game as well, which was
Were
very
they all
important.
just tailored wickets? Because I don't remember him getting many top order wickets in that game. I'm pretty sure he cleaned up the
Well, there
tail.
was, I was just going to say that. Well, Kohli was the top order wicket, but let's just include him in the tail end wickets.
Was that the fake catch?
Yeah, it was the one that like sort of really climbed on Kohli.
Oh no, sorry, that was legit. Okay, my bad. Okay, well we'll give that one to the pitch
Yeah,
then.
yeah,
No,
and
I'm just being
yeah,
funny.
you're right though. He did get a few bowlers in that game. He got Umesh, he got Siraj, he got uh somebody else who was also
Yeah,
in
I
that
think from memory, was it the second innings where he just cleaned up the tail? I'm pretty sure.
yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
he got
He
at least
definitely
two
got
late wickets because
he definitely yeah exactly. He definitely got Umesh in the second innings. That much I remember.
yep,
Yeah.
yep. I reckon Stark will be interesting. I think it's an interesting one with Stark where because Australia is only going to pick the three main quicks. Cummins, there's no way he's leaving the side. Um, an interesting one would be Hazelwood out for Stark, I
Hmm.
reckon. Not based on performance, but based off the fact that he's had such little cricket in the last couple of years.
Yep.
I think the thing that I respect about this current Aussie team is that they're sensible. And I think it makes there's no way in hell Hazelwood's going to play five tests. It's
Yep.
either they'll rest him or he'll get injured. There's no way he can do that given how his body's been over the last couple of years. And it's gonna be he's not gonna say, "Hey, rest me." But from
Yep.
sports science, coaching, all that kind of point of view, there's just no way he's playing five tests. So it might be
Hmm.
good for them to almost identify. To be honest, but there's been an 8 day break, so that's another aspect, I guess, or like a 9 day break, I guess, since he last
Yeah.
bowled. So I think it might be a
They
case
can
of
choose when to rest him later in the series when the turnaround is
yes, the
much
back
quicker.
to back. Exactly, yeah. So let him play these two tests in a row, get his body up and going, and then you can almost choose who to rest for the next
Hmm.
one. And I think they'll also
Yeah.
notice that they won the game. I think it's funny, I don't think Australia should be getting as much credit as they will or they have been for the win.
Hmm.
I think it was both teams played their game, both teams played well. And as I told you, I hate betting on. Well, I basically don't bet on cricket. But if I was a betting man on this test bet, I would 100% be betting on England because the game,
Yeah.
as I keep saying, there was no surprises. Australia got the result. If the pitch
Hmm.
is somewhat going to be moving around, then I reckon it brings England back into it. Um, so I think yeah. Anyways, I think Australia have a heightened
Hmm.
sense of their own achievement after that first game. And I think if anything,
Okay.
that probably means that they go in with the same side. And I think that
Yeah.
honestly, that'll play into England's favor.
Is that
That'll actually help England.
is is that wishful thinking that they might believe their own hype?
Look, I actually think maybe I'm basing it off the media, but I actually think the Australian players are being truthful in the media. I think they're actually, and they should be happy that they
Okay.
won. They should be genuinely happy that they won.
Elite honesty.
Yeah. Oh God. Okay. Oh, that reminds me of multiple
Oh
days at the
man.
MCG saying that to them. Anyways, okay. Sorry. They
Yeah.
should be happy that they won, but I don't think.
Hmm.
I honestly think they are getting ahead of themselves in terms of oh, our approach was the better approach and we're the better side, all this stuff. you get the ball moving in the second test, and I guarantee you that it's going to be a very different game, which will be interesting to
Uh-huh.
see how it plays out.
Yeah.
That's all.
Okay. Okay. Yeah,
But
I
like,
suppose
sorry,
that's fair.
I was just
Yeah, yeah, go for it. Go for it.
sorry. I was just going to say, like, I got a little bit confused because I was about to say that it will be good for England if Australia go in with the same bowling attack, because it's almost like the whole positive, like intentful batting, right? They've now
Hmm.
got a better understanding of Boland, Hazelwood, Cummins, and obviously Lyon. On a flat deck, I get all that, but it's like seeing the same bowlers again. I think that
Hmm.
benefits them. But on the flip side, Starc coming in for a Hazelwood or Boland gives you like a loose bowler to try to go at, which I think also
Hmm.
benefits England. So I think like, oh
Hmm.
man, I'm all in. I'm all in on England for one.
Yeah.
Stuff it. I'm back.
That
So
yeah, that Stark 40 in the World Test Championship final was I think that was really important for uh I don't know how to say this because obviously Stark's going to be picked as a bowler. He's not going to be picked as some kind of magical number eight batter who can help like who can help in the game. I say this in a week where an Australian batting at number eight made a test 100, Annabelle Sutherland. But anyway, so, but I mean, with Stark, Stark is somebody who has justified his inclusion in the team before with his batting. Like the first two tests in India in 2017, they wouldn't have won that first game at Pune without him. The Smith 100 and the O'Keefe 12 for and all that, when he basically just like used his sort of long arms to reach out to the spinners and like slog
yeah.
sweep them for six. So he's actually somebody who's had practice staying in the side because of his runs. Like I don't think that's necessarily good enough to keep him in the side for the Ashes, of course, given that uh, he's going to be picked as a bowler. But I think it does help his case generally, especially with the
Mm,
runs in the World Test Championship final. Especially if he replaces Boland in the course of the sort of natural rotation of the quicks, um, or Hazelwood, in fact. So he's a much better bat than both of them. Um, he'd probably bat much higher up. And I think with him, Cummins and Lyon, and then suddenly when you talk about bringing back either Hazelwood or Boland, you might think, well, maybe I'm going to leave out I'm going to bring in the guy who was left out for the other of Hazelwood or Boland, if that makes sense.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
if Boland
Yep,
was dropped, yeah, if Boland was dropped, I'd bring in Hazelwood for Boland, not for Stark.
yep.
I'm sort of keen to see if that sort of continues throughout the rest of the uh, throughout the rest of the series.
Yeah,
Starks had those moments with the bat. Let me say he's not like some amazing all rounder
he's not
who batted
consistent,
like
and I
six or
think
seven.
like
Yeah.
if you're an Aussie
Hmm.
fan, you'd almost be like frustrated that like you see Stark at like a 99 in Test match cricket and a couple of other like really good solid, and like he can hit
Hmm.
the ball, but it's almost like you know how powerful of a hitter he is, but then he goes into some innings just trying to block and then just feebly gets out. And then there's some innings where he just like you almost want him to just go for a hit more often, knowing that like
Hmm.
Cummins has the patience and the technique if he wants to hang around. But he can also hit. Whereas like Lyon can only slog and Hazelwood is a number 12, really. But anyways, I think just I love like the
Hazel,
like
you're
teams.
telling me you don't like Hazelwood's poke into the offside and run?
Oh man, yeah, legitimate number 12. But
Did Hazelwood and Lyon almost win a test for Australia against India at Adelaide once? They were the last wicket. This is 2018, I think.
hmm,
This is the last wicket, and they like
nah, couldn't have been
India should have won
2018.
that much early.
Uh,
Yeah, India should have won that much earlier than they eventually did. But then Hazelwood and Lyon got a
hmm.
partnership going, and then like India were panicking and
I think I'm
you could
yeah,
in Kohli's celebration of the last wicket, you could see the kind of relief mixed in with the ecstasy. It was like,
yep.
thank God they're out, and thank God we did, we didn't throw this away.
I'm showing my age here because I was at that game and I was there the morning that India won, but I don't remember this partnership. I'm just trying to think because I remember celebrating the win. But you're right. Was it
Hmm.
on the morning? Like it was the final morning, the fifth morning?
I
Or was it
think it
the
was
end
the
of
final
day
morning.
four?
Yeah,
Okay, well, whatever it was, I think I kind of see what you're saying because I do remember that same sense of relief actually. Now that because
yeah,
we were in Adelaide and it was yeah like in
yeah.
Australia obviously like beer is a big part of Test cricket. So it's a long 4 or 5 days, and at the end of it all,
Mm.
yeah, I think it was more. Yeah, it is. I remember that sense of relief, but yeah.